This play is sponsored by the California Civil Liberties Public Education Program, a state-funded grant project of the California State Library.
Now, LA Theater Works continues our production of Kindertransport by Diane Samuels.
Stop fretting any to Madeira cake.
I don't want any tea.
Don't make me have it on my own.
What about Mum?
She's polishing the furniture.
Has she had the vacuum out yet?
Stop it.
I'm sorry, I'm not hungry.
Now, come on, get on with it, Faye.
Gran?
Now.
If you don't mind, I'm just looking.
Well, it's time to come out and face the music, Princess Hideaway.
Don't call me that.
Well, don't do it then.
Look what I found.
Well, stop poking around, will you?
It's the Ratcatcher story. I didn't know we had a copy.
What Ratcatcher story?
You know, the Ratcatcher ever ready in the shadows.
Don't recall it.
Yes, you do. All the parents say, if you're not good, the Ratcatcher will come and get you. But the children don't listen. And he comes out of the dark night and tempts them with sweets. And they're so naughty that they follow him into the abyss.
Why do you think I know it?
Oh, Mum used to tell it to me. She said she was told it when she was little.
She must have read it herself.
She can't have done. Not from this book. It's in German.
Let me see. Where did this come from?
That box. I guess it belonged to the little Jewish girl you had staying with you during the war.
What do you mean?
This photo. Her, Ava something. And I read some stuff.
What have you read?
Letters from her parents, bits from her diary.
You should leave things alone.
I'm surprised you've never mentioned her.
A million things happened during the war.
Do you know where Mom's got all her belongings?
No idea.
Were you close to her?
Well, she wasn't with us very long.
It must have been for at least 2 years.
Was it?
Why are you being so cagey?
I'm hungry for my tea.
Did you kill her and try to hide the evidence?
Don't be so bloody stupid.
Gran.
I didn't think your mother had kept anything from that time.
It's upset you, hasn't it?
I don't know why.
Did something bad happen to her?
To who?
Little Ava.
No. She's all right.
Do you know where she is?
Stop going on at me, will you?
It's okay. Sorry, don't worry. I'll ask Mum.
No, don't. Don't you dare.
Why not?
Well, just leave it.
Why? What?
Give me that photo.
Why should I?
Those are your mother's private possessions, Faith.
No, they're not. They really belong to that Ava.
Your mother's things.
Who is this little girl?
Faith.
Who? Who is this picture of?
Don't.
Is she Mum?
Faith.
Is she?
You shouldn't have looked at them.
Shit!
Oh, put them away now.
You told me she was 3 days old when she came to you.
She was 9 when she came.
And she was called Ava.
I am not going to lie.
And she spoke German and wore yellow star.
There was no yellow star.
But she was Jewish.
It was a long time ago.
This is unbelievable.
He really shouldn't have looked.
I've asked you both so many times about her real family.
Well, aren't I real now?
I mean the flesh and blood ones. Why make a secret out of it?
Well, she just wanted to put the past behind her. I mean, it was for the best.
Who's best?
Hers.
What about mine?
Well, don't be so bloody selfish.
Did you ever meet her parents?
No.
What happened to them?
They died.
Don't you think that this affects me?
Affects her more.
I know nothing about her.
Well, she's still your mom, Faith. Don't make a big deal out of something that was over and done with before you were born.
What was the point in having me if she was going to cut herself off?
My letter is finished.
Is it now?
At the hour of lunch, I did it. I have help from teacher. She said it to be in mine words. She put some English in.
But show me. Sirs, I'm 9 years old and now have come to live my days in Manchester with a very kind lady and her family by the name of Miller.
My mother and father, Helga and Werner Schlesinger, are not come with me because they would be illegal to do so. But I am much sad that they must to be in Hamburg in Germany because there are dangers in that place for them and that they are Jewish people. It is in your powers to give them permit that they come into England. Please, will you give it to them? Job will be here for them. I make sure of it. I remain yours faithfully, Eva Schlesinger.
Oh, this is good. You write English better than our Nora, and she's been speaking it all her life.
I did all the lunchtime.
What about your sandwiches? When did you eat them if you were writing all lunchtime?
Sandwiches got ham in. I not to eat ham, eat from pig.
But I asked you and you said yes.
Then I think good to eat it looked.
It is good. It's a special treat for us all.
But Mutti, I think, see me and not be pleased, so not eat. God not like. This is law of Jews.
Look, love, if it's God you're worried about, the Lord Jesus said that we needn't keep to the old laws anymore. They had their day years ago.
Did they?
Of course they did. Made for olden times. New things have come to put in their place.
For all persons, even Jews?
Especially for Jews.
Why not all Jews think that?
They're hanging on to the past, I suppose. Now, listen, you. Always make time to eat. Always. It matters. There's enough starving children in the world without adding to their number.
Sorry.
Well, what will you do tomorrow?
I eat lunch.
Else we'll have to call you skin and bones.
Please, you do later.
Got a lot to do before I can do that. Need to find them jobs, sort out sponsors. We'll put an ad in the paper. Here's the sort of thing. Listen to this. Married couple, still in Vienna, speak excellent English, want position. Wife, perfect cook. Husband, experienced driver. Right to blah, 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 blah. I got to word it just right.
Fatih is in bank. We write he to be in bank.
Oh, you can't do that, love.
But he do that. He must in bank. Nazis stop him. Here he do again. No Nazis here.
The only jobs they'll let them do is as servants. I checked. What about gardener?
Father? No. At home, Herr Kudelgardner.
Well, what about cook then?
Mutti not to cook, I think.
Good, cook. And we'll say she can clean. Plus, their English is fluent. Oh, what about your dad as a butler?
Say not servant.
Well, do you want them here as servants or over there?
If they not do servant, they not come?
No. It's as simple as that.
All right. Father could do butler.
Used to be bank manager, didn't he? Stand the same way, do butlers and bank managers.
Stand same way?
Yeah, like this. Butler. Harumph, harumph. Bank manager. Harumph, harumph. The same thing.
Not in Germany.
A different sense of humor, too.
Sense.
Jokes, lovey. Just jokes.
We call you laugh a minute.
Where did you learn that?
Please, do ad now.
All right, let's look at other things. Oh, here, look. Married couple, non-Aryan, very cultured. We'll copy this one.
She must have changed a lot.
Well, she had to cope with a lot.
What exactly?
Losing her parents like that.
Like what?
Coming over on her own.
Why on her own?
But they only took children on those trains.
Why did you take her?
I wanted to help.
But when?
You mustn't tell your mother that I told you.
When exactly did she come?
Oh. She arrived on January 7th, 1939.
On her birthday?
Wasn't her birthday then.
What do you mean?
She changed her birthday. When she was 16, she changed it to the day I first picked her up from the station. Promise me you won't tell her, Faith.
When's her real birthday?
I can't recall.
But January 7th is on her passport. How could she get away with that?
She made sure it went onto all the naturalization papers. She said they'd made a mistake on the papers she came in on.
Is that when she changed her name, too?
Yes.
Why?
She just wanted to make a fresh start.
So what else did she change?
You're in then, at last. Good. We have to have a talk, young lady. You talk first.
About what?
Lying.
I not know.
Oh, yes, you do. Where have you been?
Alles hängt nur von mir ab. Ich muss
Not
einfach...
for German, Eva.
Ich muss sie befreien aus dem
Don't
Meer.
hide
Ist
behind
keiner
the German.
da.
It won't protect
Sie
you and you
dürfen
know it.
mich aber nicht
In
daran
English.
hindern.
English.
Nicht Englisch. Deutsch. Ich bin Deutsche.
I've had enough of this, you little snake. You bloody stop it.
No good.
Now cut out. Cut out the sniffles. Now, I want facts from you, true ones. Where have you been?
English lesson.
How long for?
2 hours.
It's 6:30 now.
Walk home slow.
Oh, you're not learning English.
You not like?
If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's a little liar. Where have you been?
Please.
Now, before I chuck you out and never let you back in.
I can't.
You bloody well better had.
Promise not stop me.
No promises. Truth.
Please.
Now.
Out walking.
Where?
Streets. Knocking on doors.
What doors?
Big houses. Rich people.
Ava.
I say about butler and housekeeper and chauffeur and gardener.
And what do they say?
They have already got. Or some want to give tea and be sorry. Gentleman gave money at me.
Oh, the shame of it. What on earth do you think we put an ad in for? To pass the time and have a laugh?
Sorry.
Don't you trust me? I mean, what good is it if you don't bloody trust me?
Sorry.
I took you in, didn't I? I said I'd look after you. Why'd you throw it back in my face? Walking the streets like some begging little orphan.
Please, not throw me out.
Of
Please.
course I'm not going to throw you out.
Please, nowhere else to go.
Of course I'm not going to throw you out.
Even if I'm naughty.
Not even if you're naughty.
Want to be with them.
You can't be. Not now.
When?
Sooner or later.
I have to get permits.
Just be glad you're safe.
What good me to be safe?
Better than no one being safe, isn't it?
I must do help.
You are doing.
But jobs.
Are being found for them. Be a bit patient, won't you? Cheer up. And give them out there good reason to be happy. Else what have they got to smile for? Well, what have they got?
Nichts.
What's that?
Nichts. Nothing.
That's right, little getaway. Nothing.
There's a beautifully laid table with a cold pot of tea on it in the kitchen.
We got waylaid.
Why are you both still in here? Come on out and I'll lock the door.
You go on down. I'm just getting something sorted out.
Can't you do that elsewhere? Come downstairs.
Are you going to tell her, Gran? Or should I?
Let's boil up a fresh kettle.
I'm not going to lie or pretend that nothing has happened.
Faith.
Darling, you really do not need to get so distressed about everything.
I'm not as good at putting on an act as you are.
Watch yourself.
I found a box of letters and photographs.
I've always asked you not to pry into my things.
I found this book, too.
What book?
You remember? The story of the Ratcatcher. This must be your book. It's not at all like I imagined. It's in German.
No more Faith.
Will you please put that back where you found it?
Mom, tell me about Eva Schlatzinger.
Why can't she respect my privacy, Mom?
Don't look at me.
Talk to me.
There is nothing worth talking about.
I need you to tell me the truth.
Mom,
You shouldn't have brought it up, Faith.
I can't unknow it.
you shouldn't have looked.
I told you.
Are you saying that I should pretend along with you?
Why did you hold on to all that, Evelyn?
They needed sifting. I never could. There's some documents in there. I have to keep those. The rest needed throwing away years ago.
You mustn't throw them away. Let me have them.
I don't want you getting involved with all that. No. She mustn't, Lil. It's got nothing to do with her.
It has got something to do with me.
It has got nothing to do with you at all.
I just want to know about you.
You do know about me.
And my grandparents.
You'll have to talk to her.
I think, Faith, that this conversation has come to a close.
Don't do this, Mother. You always do. It only makes things worse.
We cannot continue to discuss the subject profitably.
You can't leave it like this, Evelyn.
I'm not letting you go.
Get out of my way. What is wrong with you?
Do you have any idea what it's like having a mother who walks out on you the moment you begin to disagree with her? Who polishes and cleans like a maniac?
Pull yourself together.
Pull myself together. You're so paranoid you go stiff and sharp at every speck of dust or object out of place in your precious home.
I care about where I live. I know what it's worth.
You can't go on a train without hyperventilating. You cross the road if you see a policeman or traffic warden.
How ridiculous.
I've watched your panic attacks. All that shaking and gulping like you're going to die, but always it's me who's getting things out of proportion because I get scared by them. So silly and neurotic, Faith.
Well, look at you now.
I have never been a good enough daughter.
What are you going on about?
I've always thought it was my fault you were so unhappy.
I am not unhappy. Heaven knows why you are.
Nothing I do or say ever gets through to you.
Oh, don't talk such nonsense.
You're always pushing me away. As far away as you can.
How can you say that?
All you've given me is a pack of lies.
Watch what you say, Faith.
I have never lied to you.
Don't try making out I'm making this up. I've got proof. Look, evidence. That's the truth. And you don't ever tell it to me. Not any of it.
Are you ready to let me out yet?
We've not finished.
I think we have.
Jesus. How could I possibly not be a bad child with such a terrible mother?
That's enough.
A fucking awful, lying cow of a mother.
How dare you?
You don't know the half of it, madam. Give your mother some consideration.
If someone would let me on the whole of it, I might bloody well be able to.
Have you finished?
Why did you never explain about yourself?
Have you quite finished?
I could kill you!
I'll bloody kill you first.
He's coming.
Stop.
He'll be here any minute.
Don't.
He'll cut off my fingers.
He's not coming.
He'll pull out my hair, one piece at a time.
You've not done anything wrong.
He'll hang me by my ears out of the window.
You're a good girl.
Don't let him come. Don't let him come, please.
I won't let him come. I'll use all my force to stop him, I promise. You're with me now. Do you understand me? You're being looked after. I'll make it all go away. I won't let him hurt you ever again.
This is LA Theatre Works' production of Kindertransport by Diane Samuels. Our story continues next time. I'm Susan Loewenberg, producing director of LA Theatre Works.